folks, everybody loves deep fried food. You might not think it's good for you, you know, but you love it. Air frying has been, you know, like taking, especially home kitchens, by storm the last 5, 6, 7 years. It's just getting more and more popular. It's an amazing substitute for deep frying, but it's not quite a fair one-to-one replacement. So our chefs have been doing a bunch of R&D on air frying for a good year or so now. So I'm gonna walk you through some amazing tricks to get really great air frying results that are as good as a deep fryer, and some of them even better, okay? Stay with me, this is gonna be a good one. Unlocking the secrets of air frying crunchy crispiness. So to begin, we might wanna understand what deep frying really is, just for a minute. Deep frying is an amazingly efficient process to transfer heat quickly to a food. And that means you can heat up something like a french fry, or chicken wing, an onion ring, or a battered piece of fish, or even a liquid batter like a donut almost instantly. But it's messy, it's stinky, it's tons of calories, and then you end up with all this extra oil, especially in a home. What are you gonna do with it? If you wanna know more about the science of deep frying though, we've got an amazing video that'll walk you through the ins and outs of it. But right now, we're gonna get into air frying, and I'm gonna try my best to make sure you get amazing results that are as close to deep frying as possible. All right, air frying racks. Why air fry racks? Well, I hope it's just logical and that it just makes sense. But if it doesn't, let's explore it. So, when you're deep frying something, all that oil moves around, you know, it goes around the food, under, left, right, on top. When you're air frying, you gotta put the french fries somewhere. You gotta put the food somewhere. If you put them on a pan like this, what happens is the air goes like this, boink, boink, bounces off, comes this way. Not only does this pan kind of block the flow and natural super convection that's going on in the air fryer, but it wants to hold on to moisture and pool. Anything that's on the bottom of it is not gonna be exposed to the air frying air. It's just gonna be sitting on the pan, getting low conductive heat, getting soggy bottom, everything. So put it on an air fry rack and give them a little bit of space, and all of these little woven holes are gonna what helps that air circulate, help the moisture get off of the surface, off of the fry, out to outer space, moisture be gone. Use an air fry rack. Even though we're air frying right now and we're trying to get away from oil, there can be major wins, major benefits to just a little bit of oil here. Okay, in this instance, air is moving across the surface of the food, in this case broccoli, and it's drying it out, but not so fast that we're getting like blistering and caramelization and Maillard. If we add just a teeny bit of oil to most foods' surfaces while we're air frying, you'll actually heat up the surface even faster, conduct more heat energy to that surface area, and you get more blistering, more caramelization, which is a little bit of oil. Little bit of oil can go a long way. See, this broccoli here is nice and caramelized, it's sweated, it's blistering, and it has some fissures in it that will soften up the surface even more. This broccoli over here, a little bit leatherier, drier. Yes, it's gonna be a little bit less calories, but might not be as enjoyable, might be as moist and juicy of an eating experience either. So that's the takeaway for this one. A little bit of oil goes a long way. Okay, let's pause for a minute and let's talk about this oven here. All right, so most of you watching know that this team here brought you Joule Sous Vide, the slimmest, most powerful, user-friendly, sleekest sous vide tool ever invented, okay?
We're just gonna slide off this little sleeve, see what we got here. Nice, very, very cool. As you guys can see, this product is beautiful. It's amazing, it connects to your phone. So I could say something like, ask Joule to cook steak.
And that same team basically made the Joule oven,
which is very, very exciting.
Check it out, that's why it says Joule, enabled, right here. That means all the content you love from ChefSteps and more, brought to your fingertips in a super user-friendly app. It gets translated right in the oven, so you just get to hit boop, go, and the oven does the rest. That's pretty sweet. So I know we've been talking about air frying all day today, but guess what? That's only one of the many things this oven does. It can proof and bake you croissants. It can cook a chicken on autopilot. It can braise some amazing Mississippi pot roast. Yes, it can cook pizza and heat a burrito in less than 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Which is very, very exciting.
So far, we've been talking about air frying as like a one step, put it in your air fry, right? And that's true for most foods. However, if you've got something like ribs, for instance, I wouldn't recommend just throwing them in and air frying them, because by the time they're done, meaning tender, juicy, yummy to eat, they're gonna be dried out, okay? So there's this really cool thing you can do with using air frying as a finishing step, like a sear or something, right? Basically what you're gonna do is take your ribs and you're gonna braise them first, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3, depends what your food is. Then you go in with the air fry step and get maximum crispy, maximum crunchy. Like something like this. They're not bad, but they're actually drier than they look. And I can tell because I've had a lot of ribs. Surface is okay, but it's leathery, it's dry. These guys are gonna be super juicy. Ooh, baby. And you can see all that like fat and gelatin is still in there. It's like a perfect braise and a perfect deep fry. Think about it. Some stuff like ribs, tough cuts, especially a lot of bigger foods, chicken wings, 2-stage cook, okay? Ooh, I finally get to eat something. We'll be back after a message from our sponsors.
Studio Pass. Studio Pass.
I know, at ChefSteps, we're always cooking from scratch, but let's be honest. Frozen ready food, it's great. It's delicious, it's damn convenient. I love it. And all of them will say preheat oven or microwave. That's not good enough. All these foods you already love are gonna be better air fried, okay? If they say, you know, bake for 18 minutes, you could probably get away with air frying it for 13 minutes and it's gonna be crispier. It's gonna be like juicier on the inside, crispier on the outside. Whatever it says, just reduce the time by say 20% or so. You'll be so happy you did. Everybody loves chicken wings. If you don't, you probably love fried tofu. And the good news is this tip is still very relevant either way. Normally when you deep fry a chicken wing, that deep fry oil blisters and fries and explodes that skin. Because as that water is vaporizing, it's actually blistering and ripping apart the skin, which makes it crispier and glassier, right? If I just throw chicken wings in the air fryer though, I don't have that same efficiency. So the level up trick that we do is a teeny bit of flour, teeny bit of baking powder, you toss them, let it hydrate, then you go in the oven. And what you get with that is one, still a super juicy, meaty chicken wing, but you get a more, you know, crusty skin. So that skin is still gonna tenderize with a little bit of moisture, and the surface is going to get a little bit more golden, a little bit more brown with the baking powder as it raises the pH. This great video that taught you all this cool stuff about air frying, brought to you by our sponsors, which happens to be us.
Studio Pass.
Who made this oven. So see how it all comes full circle? A little bit of oil goes a long way, air fry rack, the 2-stage, the classic magic dust, all right? If you really want to understand air frying, we've got tons more stuff at ChefSteps. And if you actually want to air fry, buy one of these ovens. See you at ChefSteps.